welcome to the Waterboys Sports Show. I am Jamie, your Watergirl, here every Thursday night, live at 9 o'clock. And I want to give you the warning right now, this is not a show for children. That's right, uncensored, outrageous. We're coming at you live. We swear, we scream, we don't care. So give it up for your host tonight. It's Nick the Saint and Seattle's biggest sports fan, Big Lo, right after this.
Hey, it's us, man.
Yes, it is. Welcome back, folks.
Woo!
Freaks. There they are.
We got freaks in the house.
Hey, look at
God,
that.
that's cute.
Little mini freaks over here.
Mini
Sonic freaks.
Mini Sonic freaks.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for setting the materials down long enough to clap for us. I love it when the audience gives me clap.
I love them when they give us the clap.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Too.
So anyhow, folks, welcome back to the one and only solid hour of uncensored sports power, like our lovely water girl Jamie warned you a moment ago. This is not an after-school special, so it's time to put the kids out of the room. If you're easily offended, it's time for you to change the channel. If, however, you want your sports talk humorous, uncensored, and profanely profound and profoundly profane, you have come to the right place. This is the one and only. That's right, Seattle's finest, representing for over 6 years.
Ow!
The Waterboys Sports Show. Thank you. Thank you very much, old sound tech extraordinaire.
What are you
So
trying
that
to
was
say?
kind of mean.
Well, you know, I don't expect much from them.
Should I go in the booth and take care of that?
They're volunteers, man. They're doing this for free, so, you know, you can't expect too much from them.
Well,
Yes, exactly. We love you guys, too.
thank you, God.
If this is your first time joining us, we're going to get to it because we're going to try to get all your phone calls in here. I realized something the other night. I was on Jamie's model show, Model Search TV, with her and Holly.
I wasn't.
Possibly the two hottest chicks on public access television. Probably.
Man.
And I noticed something on their half-hour show that, is like completely different than our show. In 28 minutes, they probably got twice as many calls in as we do in 58 minutes.
It's a girl thing.
So-
Because we're
It's a
just
girl
that
thing.
good.
Well, no, what I noticed, though, was that the guy running the phone, as soon as the person got their question or comment out, bang, he was done and on to the next caller. And so that's what we're going to do with you from now on. When you call in, you get your question, comment out there. Don't expect to sit on the phone and debate us for 5 minutes.
So
okay?
give us a quickie.
Make it good. If you've got, say what you got to say, and get off so we can get the next caller in. Okay? We're trying to make it fair for everyone out there. I'm tired of people complaining all the time. Man, the phone's always busy. Or
I was on hold for 45
minutes.
We want to get all your calls.
Whatever. I
Keep
know.
trying to call us.
That's right. Call me. Yeah. So, if this is your first time joining us, well,
It's not going to be your last.
boy, are you in
Morning.
for a big surprise here. You may want to grab the remote and turn the volume up just slightly because I'm going to whisper something to you here.
Oh,
Yes,
he's not
I
going to
am.
whisper. He's
Yes,
not
I
gonna
am.
whisper.
Aunt Bonnie, turn your hearing aid down. Is
Here
Aunt
it
Bonnie old enough
comes.
to got a hearing aid?
Aunt Bonnie has no hearing aid, but my father does. Dad, turn him down.
Turn them down.
Hi,
Okay.
Dad.
We love you, Dad.
Don't want to blow out the hearing aid because I know they're expensive. So.
Yeah. He's got us on at the bar tonight, probably.
The bar.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he's karaoke, and I don't know. I called him, and he didn't answer. So,
Okay, let me do this. Let me do this properly.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Children of all ages.
the man, the myth, the legend.
I am the big man, tattooed, free fucking natty of sports television, the one, the only, Saint Nick Costello. Woo!
God, I love the way he does
And
that.
Is my tag team
Oh.
partner, filling in for the house remodeling, specifically the bathroom, Prophet Paul Donkey, the one, the only, Seattle's biggest sports fan, Big Lo, Loren Sandretzky. Woo!
And we love making noise, can you tell? Woo!
Thank you.
God, I love the way you do that. I love the way the studio audience comes in, man. We got the mini-me's doing the studio audience tonight. It's a beautiful thing, beautiful
Yes, it
thing.
is. So, folks, if you'd like to join us tonight, we're going to talk about, obviously, several subjects in the sports world. Yes, I will touch on the subject, although I did predict it. The Raiders would, crappy as they've been playing, they're 2-3. Crappy as they've been playing, I knew that if anybody was going to give the shit Chicago Bears, that's right, that's their new name, shit Chicago Bears, the Chicago Bears.
That works.
The Chicago Bears? Yeah,
That works.
the Chicago Bears, their first win of the season. Because no team is going to go 0-16. There's too much pride in all those athletes, be they black or white or otherwise, to go 0-16 in a season. They're going to get at least one win, okay? And I knew that if Chicago was going to have any opportunity this season to get it, playing in the tough division that they play in against Green Bay and Detroit,
Figures.
that they would beat the Oakland Raiders, which they did, fittingly enough. And I think it's perfect because I would like to see the Raiders, honestly, as a diehard Raider fan, I want to see them suffer this year because I think Bill Callahan is a crap coach. I think he doesn't have a clue what the hell he's doing there as the coach. I think they need to get somebody in there. Dennis Green, anybody? Dennis Green in there as coach that knows what the fuck is going on. Because Bill Callahan took John Gruden's playbook and wrote it last year to the Super Bowl and then got played in the Super Bowl because Gruden just looked at him and went, dude, you're using my playbook.
Hell, his center looked at him and said the same thing, man.
You know, what are you thinking? Obviously, he wasn't thinking. So, anyhow, we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the 3-0 Seattle Seahawks going into Green Bay and coming back 3-1.
Yeah.
Because they got that ass whipped, y'all. Okay? There was no discrepancy of what happened in Green Bay Sunday.
Notice he's rubbing it in on me.
Bitch slapped by the Green Bay Packers. So we're definitely going to talk about that.
Ought to make a man hurt, man.
Loren Sandretzky here. We're going to get into that. We're also going to talk about the baseball playoffs. I called it last week. I said down 2-0, Boston could take it back to Fenway and make it a series. They could win those 2 games
Oakland!
and take it back to Oakland for a Game 5, and who knows?
Oh, my.
And sure enough, the Red Sox did it. So now we got the Red Sox in there playing the Yankees, albeit they were getting whipped tonight. Last I saw 8-2 in the 8th inning. But still, they did what they needed to do in New York. They split 1-1,
That's right.
going back to Fenway for 3. So if they can hold their own there, if they can at least get 2 out of 3 at home,
it could be a
be up 3-2 coming back to New York, man. Hey, it makes for a beautiful series, and you got Pedro Martinez and Derek Lowe pitching for you. You know, albeit I'm kind of wondering what the hell happened to Derek Lowe tonight.
Go Boston.
Yes, I know. And we've got the Chicago Cubs. Yes, the Chicago Cubs, who albeit blew it to the Florida Marlins in Game 1, but picked it back up last night in a tremendous way.
Slugfest.
I mean, just unbelievable the way. And Sammy Sosa's 495-foot home run was just incredible.
Swung on and belted.
Yeah.
And then some.
And, I mean, so we've got 2 great series here. We've got, obviously, a lot of, I don't know what you'd call it, a grassroots kind of thing. A lot of people out there want this Red Sox Cubs or Red Sox Marlins thing because it's 2 teams that haven't been there in a while, albeit the Marlins won it in '97. So I'm kind of more inclined to Sammy Sosa, the lovable losers, man, the Chicago Cubs. I want the Sox and the Cubs. I think if you get the Sox and the Cubs in the World Series, it will possibly be the most highly rated World Series ever.
I think you're right.
Ever. Just because of the love that people have for these 2 teams, not because they're their team specifically, but look, I'm a Mariners fan, but look what hat I've had. And I've had this hat for years, man. I've had this thing. I was fortunate enough to come across it, and I was like, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, hey, that's a Cubbies hat. And it's an old school Cubbies hat, y'all. So get on out, man. I had to have that. But that's what I'm saying is everybody out there is either deep down inside a Cubs fan or a Red Sox fan just because of the history that the 2 teams have suffered through for, you know,
it's a lot of years between the 2.
A century. So we're going to talk about that and anything else out there that you want to discuss, including the Sonics preseason win last night against the Houston Rockets, which our man Big Lo was.
Little razzle-dazzle between Lewis and Barry. Jeez.
Yao Ming, however, the big guys, including Yao Ming, were not in the game. But tomorrow night in Little Rock, I guess they will suit up and play. So we'll see how the Sonics handle them tomorrow when the big fellas are running. Ron Artest blew up again. I don't know if anyone caught that, but Ron Artest had another tizzy.
We just call him Mount Artest.
Well, he got thrown from the game. He did one of those yo-yo moves to the ref where, like he was going to hit him with the ball. Got ejected from the game. The coach, Rick Carlisle, told him, get the hell out. And so he left. He came back and sat in a fan seat adjacent to the bench and started making comments. Ron Artest is not long for the Indiana Pacers uniform, or Indiana for that matter. But I'm wondering if a true veteran of the hardwood wars like Nate McMillan could handle an ego, a fiery temper like a Ron Artest, and bring him here.
We don't want you here, man.
No?
Not at all.
You don't think they could use him? I mean, come on, Nick Collison is going to be out for a while, and you're going to need some fire. And the one thing, Lo, I got to tell you, what's this team missing?
Artest.
They are missing a fire, man. Somebody just bring the wicket, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Dennis Rodman's getting a tryout with the Nuggets, I mean, maybe,
So
if he doesn't make the Nuggets, we bring him in here.
Think about
The
Artest
Worm
and
in
Rodman
Seattle?
banging against each other.
Oh,
And-
geez.
speaking of tattooed freaks, how about Kobe Bryant coming to court with his arm all tatted up? See, he saw the freak daddy because Lowe showed him a tape and on. He said, hey, I like that guy's style. I think I'll get me something like that. And he went out and he did the one taboo thing you never do with tattoos. Do not ever. There's only 2 women that you should ever get tattooed on your body, people.
Your mom?
Your mother and your daughter. You know why? Because no one can ever take those away from you. They'll always be your mom, always be your daughter, regardless of the custody battle or what your mom has to say about you because you got the tattoo. Okay? They'll always be your mom and your daughter. But girlfriends and wives come and go like buses, y'all. So just remember what I'm telling you here. And girls,
Kobe's innocent.
Girls, that goes for you. Dads and sons, no boyfriends or husbands, okay? Because shit happens. So there it goes. Speaking of shit happen, it just happens that if you want to be a part of the show tonight, yes indeed, there are several ways to be a part of it, and I will go through them right now. First and foremost, if you'd like to be a part of the live studio audience phone box that we have here where we listen to you run your mouth, call 206-421-5658, 421-5659. That's the way to get on the show. However,
We've got a live studio audience right here.
It is hard to get on.
Yeah.
Hang on. Don't interrupt me, damn it. It is hard to get on this show. So if perchance you can't get in, here are the other ways to get through. You can email us, thewaterboys2002@yahoo.com. I hope you wrote that down. Thewaterboys2002@yahoo.com. You can also check out the website, waterboys.homestead.com, and you can link over to Jamie's site with all her sexy pictures because I know that's what most of you want to see. Then, of course, there is the voicemail. Yes, the Waterboys have a voicemail. Go figure. Area code 206-600-2713. It's up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I check them daily, and I keep the good ones and kick to the curb the bad ones.
Adios.
So make them good.
Usually we don't have any.
So pretty much.
We kick them to the curb,
Well, I'm pretty picky about that, but
Very picky.
nevertheless, if they are good or if they have something to do with sports and I at least feel like you endeavored, you tried. Like this week there is one there, the guy kind of he sounded like Stephen Wright almost, but anyhow, I kept it because the guy was at least sincerely trying to say something about sports. And anyhow, if they're ready in the booth, because I'm sure I gave them as big a setup as anybody would ever need, here is this week's installments of the one. They're not ready.
No way.
Okay. God in heaven.
Not ready.
What part of, if you were in the
I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain.
I mean,
I even said, "Are you ready?" And
hey,
We are ready.
hey, I knew it. You said God in heaven, and look what happened.
ready.
There's a miracle tonight on the Waterboys, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
All
hold
you
on,
have to
everybody.
do-
Here is this week's installments of the Waterboys voicemails.
Yeah, you guys might be all good. I got to check you out. That's right. Ain't about nobody's color. Just be straight up and stand up for who you are. There's good in everybody. Say it how it is. I'm going to tune in Thursday and see if you guys are actually worth watching. Later.
Thursday.
Peter. Very smart guy.
Deleted. Message 2. Hey, I ain't no freak there, Waterboys. What kind of name's Waterboy? Anyhow, why don't you guys give me a show next Thursday? It's Bruce McCracken. What's this guy with the bud shirt? You guys got him a job? You guys got a fucking
out.
You got some dishes around there I could work in the dish tank or something? I need a job. I'm on probation or locked up all my life, so I don't know much about anything but doing dishes, walking the big yard, packing the vault. Fuck. This shit, man, I don't know what to say. I'm going to call you back with some real shit, guys. I got to shut her down. I got a job fucking in 2008. I got to go wash dishes for fucking the house over here in Tacoma for a weekend. So until then, I'll be just sitting around waiting for your show every Thursday. You guys might be all right, but this is my first night. I'll have to check you out before I give you too much credit. Anyhow, it's Bruce McCracken. I'm out of here.
Yeah, we got that. Thank you, Bruce McCracken.
Bill?
Deleted.
I said Phil McCracken.
Mr. Big Yard.
3.
Hardened criminal.
Yeah, I'd like to start off by saying that, yes, the Mariners did not make the playoffs. But that's okay,
Who's
because
that guy?
we got a hardcore team.
All right.
And, well, they tend to be a disappointment. That's okay. That's okay. They got close. They proved themselves to some extent. We have some veterans on our team. We're, Seattle Mariners. There's some badass.
See what we get? You see what we get from Jamie?
And look at Edgar. He played with the broken toe and all sorts of pain. Each row he played hard and got tired in the end. All we got to do is remember is next year,
I was hoping it was going to hit me.
Mariners, they got to do what they do best. Have fun. Just like Edgar said. Have fun.
So, hey, don't be
Thursday,
now.
October.
So that's it. That's our installments. Yeah. So I mean, come on. If you guys, if you're out there right now and you're going, man, that sucked. Okay, do better than that. Please bring something to the table because I was told not to be so picky, so I'm not being so picky anymore.
I
But
thought
please.
that was pretty good. You did good.
Well, yeah, I know, but I would like.
I mean, listen to
I
what
would
you
like
had to
see
work
our-
with.
I would like to see our viewers show a little more creativity and effort in trying to make. I mean, McCracken, you did okay there for the first time and everything, and we appreciate you checking out the show. But I mean,
We hope you like it.
you know.
We have a dish.
I got to
set
say,
back
though, is
here,
that
whatever, no dishes.
Matsui? Is he Hideki Matsui's brother?
Right here.
I don't know if there's any relation there, but you
I
know,
don't know. He's ugly. I mean, they had to tie a stake
UGLY.
around that boy's neck to get the dog to play with him. You know, I mean, that kind of ugly. Oh man, you guys are gonna break.
man, they're
shit.
going to hurt us here.
I know they're gonna break something, and then I'm out.
Mom always said, "Don't play ball in the house."
So,
Good thing we're not in the
you guys
house.
know the phone number is 421-5658, 421-5659. We're waiting for your phone calls if you give a crap. Somebody out there could call us and give us a final score on that Yankee Bo Sox game. And
Go Bo Sox.
in the meantime, it's a new installment we started last week because we know we got a large NASCAR following out there. Yes, indeed. And so, because
somebody's laughing.
we endeavor to serve the general public. That's right, we do. We really do. What are you
Let's
laughing
take it over
about?
to the pits.
What are you scoffing at? It is time for this week's installment